everybody, welcome back to stage 4 of writing the letters of the alphabet. In this stage, the children will be using single lines because they've already had a lot of practice with free writing on a blank piece of paper. They've had enough practice writing inside squares as well as writing inside double lines. And they also know about their stick letters, their curvy letters, and also their tail letters. So knowing which direction each of these letters are written in, they will have a better clue on how to write on just simple single lines. So that's what we're going to look at today. So let's start. So here we have just single lines, and by now the children already should know how to hold a pen using their crab's claws. So they should know that, and here you can have a margin for them to know that they always start from the left. In writing, we always start from the left going all the way to the right. So where the margin is, that's where they begin, and you can ask them to write a letter. For instance, you can say, can you write A? So the child will write A. You can also indicate whether you want the child to write a capital A or a small a. So in this case, I am going to write a small a. So start from the top, turn around, go back up to the top, down to the bottom, and a flick. And then you want them to write another letter. You want them to write a capital A. So then again, they use their spacing and they will write capital A. Now capital A is bigger than the small a. So they'll start from the top, move towards their left diagonally and touch the baseline. And then they start from the top again, move towards the right diagonally and touch the baseline and a line across. Small a, big A. Next, I would like them to write another letter. So I would say, oh, can you write a capital Z? So again, can get them to space between the capital A and the capital Z. So Z, capital Z starts from the top, you go towards the right, and then you go down diagonally and you touch the baseline, and then you're going to turn towards the right. Capital Z. I would like the child to write a small z. So again, space with your fingers, and small z will be obviously smaller than the capital Z. So you can start somewhere midway and then go towards your right, and then come down diagonally towards your left, and then go towards your right again on the baseline. Small z. And we can practice writing one more set of letters. Let's try and write P. So we're going to write capital P. So let's make a gap between the small z and capital P. So P is a stick letter, so we're going to start from the top, come down and touch the baseline, go back up to the top and come back and meet the straight line in the middle. And that's how we write a capital P. Now we're going to write a small p. Now the small p has a tail sticking down. So we're going to start somewhere in the center and draw a line coming down, cutting across the baseline, and then move back up and turn around on the baseline and cut across the straight line. Small p. And I would like to show you one more small tail letter. So let's practice writing Q. So let's leave a gap between small p and small Q. So I'm going to write a small Q. So we're going to start from the middle, make a circle, touch the baseline, go back up to the top, come back down to the bottom, and a flick. And that's how a small qu is written. Leave a line and go to the next line. On the next line, by this stage, if the child has already been introduced to reading, if the child can read 2-letter words or 3-letter words or 4-letter words, can get them to write words. So how do they write words? Let's say you want them to write the word at. So you get them to start by making an a. And we do not want the letters to collide, so we want just one finger space between the two letters. Then you can write a t, touching the baseline and a line across. At. And then you want them to write another word, so then you bring back your 2 fingers and then you have a bigger gap between the 2 words. And you get them to write another word. So let's say you want them to write the word in. So then you start from the top, go down, and a dot. And then put your 1 finger gap between your I and N and get them to write N. In. Let's say you want them to write another word, then you bring back your 2 fingers because you want 2 finger gaps between words. So the next word is cat. So let's say you want them to write the word cat. So you start from the top, go down, touch the baseline and stop. And again, gonna start from the top. Remember to have 1 space, 1 finger space between the 2 letters. Turn around, go back up to the top, come back down and a flick. So you can see they are all of the same size. Yeah. K, a, and then 1 more finger space between a and t. So I'm going to write a t. And I have cat. I'm going to show you 1 more example. 2 finger spaces between 2 words. I'm going to write the word and. So turn around, go back up to the top, come back down, touch the baseline and a flick. And then we're going to have 1 finger space between a and n. Start from the top, go back down, go back up, turn around and a flick. So we got a, n, and then 1 finger space again between n and t. So start from the top, go down at the baseline, turn around and a line across. And. So that's how you make spaces between words. Next, I'm going to show you how to make a sentence. So I'm just going to leave a space and we're going to go to the next line. So for sentences, you will always tell the child that you're going to start with a capital letter. So let's say you want them to write a sentence like this. I am a girl. Okay? So you will start with a capital. So you start from the top of the line, the top line, then you go all the way down to the bottom line and then you draw 2 lines across. I is capital because that's the first word of the sentence. And then we're going to need a gap between I and the next word. The next word is am. So I, we have a gap and then we're going to write am. So am. So you can see how these 2 letters or this word is shorter than I, which is the capital, which is bigger. And this word is smaller because they are all written in small letters. Now we have I, we have am. We're going to write the next letter. So we leave 2 finger spaces and then we're going to write and then we're going to leave another 2 finger space gap and we're going to write girl. but there's a full stop. So always remind them at the end of the sentence there's always a full stop. Okay, so we're going to leave a line and go to the next line, and I'm going to show you how to write another sentence. My dog is sick. So we're going to write that sentence. We're going to start from the top black line to the bottom black line, because my, the M or the sound has to be capital. Go down, go up, go down, go up, go down. Capital M, and the Y is a tail letter, so the tail is going to stick out. It's going to come down at the bottom baseline. It's going to cut through the bottom baseline and go around. My, 2 finger space, and we're going to write dog. So, D, make sure the children leave 1 finger space between letters. O, G. G is a tail letter as well, so it cuts across the bottom black line and goes around. My dog, we're going to make another word in the sentence, so we need 2 finger spaces. My dog is, so we're going to write I and S. My dog is, again 2 finger spaces before we write the next word. My dog is sick, so we're going to write S. Leave 1 finger space between letters. I, K, and we're going to leave another gap between the 2 K's. Full stop. And that's how we write letters, words and sentences using single lines. So this is the last stage, stage 4, once they've had plenty of practice using just a blank piece of paper, squared paper, double lines, and finally finishing off with single lines. And this will definitely prepare them for school. So I'll see you again in another video. Take care. Bye-bye.